Today I'm going to talk about something that's on my head. And not my hat, but what is inside my hat. And I'm not talking about my head, I'm talking about an insert. I'll put a link in the description to this. It's the ERB 19405 insert. I'm going to take it out of the hat, show you what it looks like, and then give you my opinions on what it can do and can't do and what it might be good for. Here we have my, this is my hat I wear like normally to just, you know, when I get to games, things like that, and then I put my helmet on. But what, as you notice there, it's pretty solid. What it has inside is an insert. And I'm going to take this out of here so you get an idea of what it looks like. It was a bit of a pain to put in here, but they say on the circular caps that it fits. It works good. Now, this is a ERB, I'm sorry if I said it wrong before, ERB model 1912. It's a 19405 insert. Now, it's got little holes and stuff like that right here. I'm sorry if I had that off camera for a second, but it has this nice pad inside, and it does fit very well to my head. But they said it depends on the cap. Now, this is actually the back, and this is the front. So that when you're wearing it, it's actually, this is the front towards you, and this is the back. Which is nice and fit in a cap, but as you can see on my cap, it has this open spot in the back. And the idea being that when you have your cap on, you usually have your cap on backwards, and I wanted to get something that was going to fit and cover this area here. The problem is that where it slips in, this is actually sewed fast, which works good for these open pieces that they slide right in there, and it fits in there with that open back. Well, it doesn't really help me getting forehead shots, but it does help if you get shots to the side of the head or shot from the back. So it is good in that aspect. I was going to try to put this in backwards and see if it actually worked, but the way the cap is sewn, I really don't think it's going to work. Now, if you have a solid baseball cap with a solid back, this might actually work out good. You might be able to switch this around and have the back in front. So this front piece would actually be in the back. And I'm almost positive that this is made to like put something in to hold it. It's got some venting too. They said it is kind of hot when you're wearing it, and I can see that. But for added protection when you're wearing a baseball cap, that would actually be pretty good. If you were wearing your cap frontwards with this in it, you would get protection from BB strikes and stuff like that. But depending on the hat, and I might try to find another hat to see if it fits, this is actually a proper 50% cotton or 60% cotton, 40% polyester cap that has a Velcro on the front that I put my name tag on. A solid cap with a solid back, it might fit. I'm going to see if I can find a cap and we'll mess around with it. Okay, now I went through like every cap that I had, and I did find one cap with the solid back, and I was able to put the insert in and put the rounded part, which is actually supposed to be the front, to the back, so that when you put it on your head, it's actually solid in the front. So if you put your goggles up here, they would be right, you know, keeping your face and your forehead protected. I'm going to pull the camera up so you guys can get a better view of that on my face. Okay, here's the cap, like I said, with the solid front. If you put your mask on, okay, there's still a little gap there. You could actually put your mask tight to it. It's not as much as that having that big gap there. If you had the right goggles and you had this on right, you could have a very little area that could get hit, depending on the goggles too. These particular ones, if they were like tight to the face, they would actually, the rubber does crush up into there if I had it right. And then my head is protected all except the back now. Okay, it's with the piece in here, it comes down to almost to the front, but then it gives you a bit of a gap here with the material on the front. This is a real heavy cap, so if I did take a BB hit to the back, it probably wouldn't hurt me as much. And having this on with this, I could hook the strap of my goggles over here, and actually it probably would work out good. I have my old Dye i3 bug eye mask. I'm going to put it on and see how it works out with this. Oh, there's like no space here, and I've got incredible coverage. There's no gaps here that I can see. Yeah, even when the hole that's right there, there's actually rubber right there, so if a BB would go in, it wouldn't go to my head. And this is solid. So this depends on the cap. A cap like this with an open back, you are going to have to put it in the other way where all the protection would be up front here. So you'd have to wear your cap this way. And if you wear it backwards, then you have the same hole in the front. If you have a solid cap like this and run it backwards, it actually covers pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description. And they do say that this is very hot, because if you got to remember too, you've got this foam padding in here. It's really nice, contours to your head. But this is a solid cap. There's no venting. So this is going to be really hot. But it's like anything. It's like a helmet or whatever. It will be hot when you're putting it on. You might start sweating, whatever. But the cap, it's important to find the correct cap. And I have large caps, 6 3/4 caps I wear all the time. So if somebody has a larger head, this might not fit. And someone has a real small head, it might be loose on them. There's no way to strap this down, so it's all the hat holding on here. So see, that's solid. It won't come loose. Having insert inside and having the part here that goes against your head on the outside, it sort of like grabs the forehead. If you put it back on, you know, there's no protection here now. With protection here, here, and here, there's no protection here. Alright, so if you wear your cap normally this way, you put the insert the other way, of course, so you have all the protection in the front. But not too many people wear this forward, because the heat won't get out of your goggles if your goggles are under here. They usually wear it backwards, so sometimes the bill of the cap will actually protect your neck. Just a little FYI, if you guys are looking into this and people wear baseball caps, and I know the one guy I have on the team, he wears like a scarf, then he puts his cap on backwards, so he has the scarf material in the front here when he has his cap backwards. So he has scarf material, but that's still right up against his forehead, so he has taken shots there. If something like this, you had it the right way and had it backwards on your forehead, save you a lot of shots. And the first 3 or 4 shots that you bounce off your head, you'll thank yourself for having these. And they're inexpensive. They're under 10 bucks. Link will be in the description. Maybe it's something you guys want to mess with. If you get the right hat, see, I'd love to have it in this, but it only goes in the one way because of these material is sewed fast here. I can't get the clips underneath there, so it's sewed fast. If you get the right hat like this particular one here, solid back, it's good. Just remember, it's gonna be hot, because right now just sitting here under normal light, it is very warm on my head. So it might be a good thing for the winter, cold up here in the North PA. It might be good. If you're in a hotter climate, it's like having a helmet on. So you don't have the ear protection, but if you have a headset that you wear with your goggles, there you go. If you like wearing your hat like this, you could turn around the protection the opposite way so it fits in the right way. And earphones, your face mask with the goggles, put it all together. Might be a nice thing to have, you know. And protecting the noggin, it's very important. So hopefully this is a little good video, give you some instruction, and give you an idea that, like, hell, that'd be nice for my hat. As always, you guys have a good day. Oh, one more thing, forgot to mention, they do make various versions of this. This one has the open front and the back, but they do have one that's like a bowl. It's smaller, and they say it's tough to fit. That's why I got this one. I will link both of those. Links to Amazon, because that's where I got it. It had the best price. So, as always, you guys have a good day.